This is another interesting and intriguing debate between Charlie Craig, which went down the other way, and it's an interesting one which you really need to watch and stay put to the very end. Welcome, guys, to the channel. If you're missing me for the first time, my name is Daniel, and you're welcome to the channel. For all our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to check on what we have to offer on the channel. I don't take a lot for granted. So, without further ado, let's watch this video to the very end.
So I was the first one to do this sort of thing where you sit in a ring, and it's a show called Jubilee. This was a year ago. Can you believe it, Andrew? A year ago in Jubilee. It was the shot heard around the world, seen hundreds of millions of times. I think it's probably over 1 billion views if you count all the clips. It was the marker right into our campus tour. And now it's kind of become a rite of passage where almost everywhere on the right and on the left, they go through this Jubilee thing, and it's internet shock debating. Saw this clip of a young man take on this very nasty, condescending liberal woman by the name of Amanda Seales, and it was a black conservative. It was, I think, it was like 20 black conservatives and a singular black liberal. I think that was the premise, and boy, it was just beautiful to witness. And the young man did a great job of deconstructing her arguments, of not taking the bait, of rejecting the premise, and it takes a lot of talent and skill, and bringing the facts. This Matt Nuclear, who debated on Jubilee, you can find him on X at Mac Nuclear 60466. We got to get him a better handle.
That's
we'll
right.
work on that. Matt Nuclear, welcome to the program. Matt, thank you for the time. And Matt, congratulations. That was a big moment for you. Introduce yourself to the audience. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you as well, Charlie Kirk. I'm very honored to be here. So I've been debating since I was 15 years old. I started debating on smaller platforms until recently when I've been doing TikTok live debates talking about the Israel-Palestine conflict, talking about, domestic policy and Trump and Harris and all of those sorts of different things. And I was invited on Jubilee to debate a liberal, although she turned out to be a radical. That's what she called herself later on. And yeah, she was very nasty. She was very condescending. But I really did enjoy the debate. And this is what I like to do: debate people, read and learn facts. And I'm 18 years old.
Well, that's awesome. Let's play a little bit of your masterclass. Now, this was very good. As someone who does this for a living, I told my team, I said, get them on the program. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm kind of like a talent scout. Because I do this professionally. I do this, hundreds of hours a year, and so I know what's hard and easy. I know what pull, and it's hard to get the vocabulary right and the tone and the premise and all that, especially while you're being filmed. Not easy.
Right.
Not to mention at age 18, play cut 360. Woo! You tell him, Matt. Tell us more.
Yeah, by the way, her response to that, I know you guys didn't play it, was, you should speak to me as if I was your mother. You have to understand that I was very respectful towards her. As soon as I sat down the first time, because I went up twice, the first time I sat down with her, I shook her hand, I complimented her, I gave her my name, and I was very respectful. And she responded in a very condescending way, telling me that I should respond to her or speak to her as if she was my mother, when she's not my mother. She's a crazy radical leftist who has no respect.
Before I play another piece of tape, how did you become a conservative? Why are you conservative? Because she was basically saying throughout the entire thing, I didn't watch the whole thing, I watched some of it, that how dare you, young black man, be right-wing? How did you become conservative?
Just from reading. Like I've always used to be interested in politics and Donald Trump and just seeing everything, watching Ben Shapiro, Ben Carson, Thomas Sowell, and looking into everyone's arguments, and even you yourself as well, and Turning Point USA and what you guys have done. And I think after learning a lot, after researching, after trying to figure things out, I was like, well, I more politically align with the right, and I think that the right is justified politically. I think what they are doing is justified. I think the MAGA movement is a great movement, and I just found myself aligning with facts and logic, and I feel that most aligns with the Republican Party or the right in general.
So were you raised conservative? I mean, I don't want to pry too much, but I mean, what was the environment? Liberal? I mean,
so my father is Christian. My mother is also Christian. I was raised in a Christian household. My father has always been political, but he was born in Angola, and so I don't really know whether or not he's conservative. Although I think he'd be considered a conservative. But my parents weren't too political. When I was younger, my even 6 years old or 5 years old, my father used to make me write things down that would be on the newspaper there. And so that's really it. But no one really, got me into politics. I kind of just went along and figured, well, I find this interesting. And I like debating, and I just got into it.
That's awesome. Let's play another piece of tape here. This is you with this woman. I think we played cut 361. I think that's the same cut twice, right? Let's play cut 361.
Time.
So let me tell you what's going on here, everybody. This is why this is a masterclass.
That's right.
That's why Matt did so well. Do you notice she did not mention or even refute a single thing he said? She immediately argues from authority. She immediately goes from a place of condescension. Well, I don't know where you got your education. Well, tell us why the data is wrong. Was it a bad study? Is it flimsy? Is it not consistent with other data that you might be able to present? Are you not aware with it? Like, there's a million different ways that you could good faith respond to that. The worst way is, well, I don't know where you got your education from. And statistics lie all the time. She is correct. Statistics do lie. But however, tell us why.
True.
So tell us,
Right.
Okay, young man, that study is wrong because actually we have an overwhelming amount of data to show boom, 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 boom. And we know this because it's peer-reviewed and it's from multiple areas and it's from different cities. And again, we know a lot of cities aren't even sending all their crime stats to the FBI. So if they lie, they're probably underrepresenting the problem. And so the way you handled it is like, here's some of the facts, here's some of the data, and she immediately resorts to this kind of condescension. I want to ask you, do you think that that black liberalism is cracking and falling apart? Do you think that black liberalism is destined to be a failed domestic American political endeavor?
Absolutely. And I've gotten a lot of reactions from that clip and then those clips that went viral. And a lot of people are starting to see the truth is that black liberalism and radicalism and leftism in general is falling apart. It's going away. Okay. And the way that she conducted herself showed exactly what black liberalism or radicalism is. It's emotionality, not responding to facts, not responding to arguments, being condescending, and not knowing how to have a conversation with people in general. And so I definitely believe it's falling apart in this country. I believe it's only going to become more and more unpopular. And let's be honest, the Democratic Party is not doing well. It has become more and more unpopular. Their ratings have been the lowest we've ever seen them, right? And so absolutely, it is.
What are the names you are called by either white liberals or others or other fellow black liberals that you might know for having these sort of opinions? Are you treated well for being a conservative young black man?
Definitely not by the majority of black people in this country. So, the typical, slurs would be like, I'm not going to say the actual slur, but raccoon. And then people will use terms like Uncle Ruckus and things like that to try to, undermine me and, say that I'm only trying to appease white people when I'm not. I'm just trying to speak the truth and try to get the black communities to focus on the right issues. But yeah, of course, that's what they'll call me.
You're young. It's the same age I started Turning Point USA, and you are in the pursuit of truth. You also have some, I believe, heterodox takes on the Israel issue. I would love to hear that. What are your views? Why do you talk about it so much? Please.
Yes. So originally, when the conflict started between Israel and Palestine, I didn't really know too much, and then I started doing research about it, and I was like, "What's going on here with this whole Israel-Palestine conflict? Why are we involved?" And I figured that Israel is a great outpost of democracy in the Middle East. They best resemble our values. They are the safest place for Christians and conservatives in the Middle East in terms of the ones that represent our values and not Islamic fundamental values. And I was like, "Well, I support Israel. There's no reason why I shouldn't support their war against jihadists, their self-defense, and their self-determination." And so that's kind of how I aligned myself that way. And I did a significant amount of research on the Israel-Palestine conflict. And I, started talking about it on, TikTok, doing TikTok live debates. And that's kind of how I got a little bit of notoriety. And what's interesting about that actually is the fact that I originally was supposed to go on Jubilee for a Israel debate, but that got canceled. But they invited me back for another one where I was going to be debating a radical leftist. And that's how we got this.
Last one. Let's play cut 486. Let's just send you off with a triumph here. And she literally says, "Are you acting right now?" You see, this is why. The liberal black mind. Not all blacks are this way, but the liberal black mind. She appeals to emotionalism, and she can't comprehend the idea that a young black man might believe this. She thinks it's synthetic. Play cut 486. See, it's immediate appeal to authority. I'm a black woman, and you have to appeal. Like, no, that doesn't work anymore. Okay, you were able to talk facts, and she
That's
made a
right.
fool of herself. Typical emotionalism. Matt Nuclear, if you were a stock, I would buy it. Stay humble. Keep researching. Hope to meet you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Charlie Kirk. It's an
Love this one so well. Like I am actually carried away with this particular debate. The angle which it came from, it's a lovely one. And I think this is one of the debates I love so much, especially when Charlie Creek debates liberals, college students, and it's something that I love listening to because I get to learn a lot from Charlie and also the college students. The facts remain the same because Charlie Craig actually wants the notion to be correct relating to this perspective he is always shooting at. And for the part of the college students, they won't admit the fact, especially for this debate. I'm wondering what this particular um, students will be saying, and to so the open mic. Imagine that, and Charlie Creek went up and gave his own perspective of view to change the notion of what they have been harboring. Because based on what you have been harboring, that's what you build upon. And Charlie Creek is someone that's versatile in wealth of knowledge, is gifted, is talented, he has wisdom, even if people don't actually admit the fact that he is. And they always say he dropped out of school. Yes, he dropped out of school, but he still have the he came out well to outsmart people that are in school. Exactly. So that's how we put it because this particular debate in line with what we have today, it's so well. And the fact remain that Charlie Creek dealt with the topic so well. I don't know what you have to say relating to this one. It might not sit well with you, which I definitely know, and I am expecting your comments down below. Also, you should make sure you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm to push the video to people out there. Okay, I appreciate every one of you for your comments, your likes, and also for subscribing. I appreciate every one of you. So guys, you can also support the channel by either super chat, super thanks, or you join my membership where you get exclusive perks from me. And also, I would love to encourage you guys to please make sure you watch the video to the very end to understand what this debate is all about, and not to watch 18 or two then you skip. The more you watch and digest, the more you are one step ahead of how you were yesterday. Okay, so that is just basically what I have to say relating to this one. So I don't know you. I know you have your own contribution. Please drop them down in the comment section. I'll be expecting those comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching to this very moment. I don't take a lot for granted. See you in the next one. Do it to stay put, stay safe, and stay subscribed. From me to you, it's a bye for now.